Now, you've probably heard about folks like Wyatt Earp, Jesse James, Doc Holliday, and Wild Bill Hickok. Legends of the frontier whose stories are known all over the world. The Old West is full of tales about courageous men and women who helped shape the country. But this isn't another tall tale about some make-believe pistol-packing paragon of justice wandering the territory looking for another wrong to right. No, the story you're about to hear is about three men who are by no means saints, but often found themselves in aid of those who could not stand up for themselves. Brave and often ruthless men who traversed the territories, leaving a trail of death in their wake. This is the story of three brothers. This is the legend of the Brothers Floater.
And that, my friend, is why you should always look around carefully before you open your union suit for a squat.
But you shut up. You've been talking nonstop since you was brought in here. God, it's driving me fucking insane.
All due respect, but we've been trying to get him to shut up since he was born.
Then I bet you're looking forward to the gallows, if for nothing else, a little peace and quiet.
That's one way to look at it, I suppose.
Friends, there's nothing worse than sitting in a jail cell contemplating one's mortality when you're facing the gallows, especially when you're innocent. Okay, maybe listening to Fart Floater wax poetic about the many reasons a man should be aware of his surroundings before answering the call of nature in the wild is a little worse. Now, the last time we saw the Floaters, they had made a deal to protect a payroll for the mining company in Annesburg, only to be double-crossed by the sheriff that hired them. For the last week, they've been sitting in a cramped cell, waiting for a judge to come and sentence them to the hangman's noose.
Evening.
Can I help you?
I'm Judge Cartwright. I'd like to speak with the prisoners. Alone, if you don't mind.
Begging your pardon, but my instructions are not to let them out of my sight until they're hanged.
You're assuming I'm gonna find them guilty?
Well, yeah. I mean, them's the Floater. They're the most dangerous bunch of...
Son, I just spent 2 days in a cramped coach coming up from Saint Denis. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm rather irritable. And I don't have the temperament or the patience to explain to you why you're a fucking idiot. Now, them boys look good and well locked up, and they ain't going anywhere. So do yourself a favor and step outside and allow me to speak with the prisoners. And make yourself useful. Fetch me some food.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
There's one in every goddamn town. Good evening, gentlemen. Now, let me see if I got this correct. The big one, that's Philip, correct?
Well, that's right.
The one sitting there in the corner with the bandages over his eyes? Francis. And that must make you Bartholomew. Did I get that right?
I prefer Frank.
Oh, he's pretty good, fellas.
It ain't that hard to figure out, Fart.
Can you pull a rabbit out of your ass? Or how about like this one time I seen a fella turn a peacemaker into a bird? Can you do that too?
For fuck's sake.
Sadly, no, I don't possess that particular talent, I'm afraid. My name is Judge Jonathan Thaddeus Cartwright, and I'm here to rule over your trial and sentence you to death.
Your Honor, now I know you probably hear this from every single degenerate who finds themselves at your mercy, but the truth is, we was framed. You're about to put 3 innocent men to death here.
I already know what happened.
You gonna do some kind of trick where you read our minds or something?
Bart, shut the fuck up. The judge is talking.
I'm afraid I do not possess that sort of gift, or I suspect my job would be a whole lot easier. Now, the truth is, I've had my suspicions about the good sheriff for a while, but I've never had any proof. He was always very good about covering his tracks.
You want us to provide some sort of testimony or...
I don't know if that'll help much. See, the sheriff has a rather distinguished record, and it's got some pretty influential friends, too. Should I go accusing him with only the word of 3, well, let's be honest here, criminals?
Who the fuck are you calling criminals? I mean, okay, sure, we may bend the law every now and again, but we're honorable men. Ain't that right, Phil?
Well,
Isn't it true that you once killed a man just for sneezing in a manner not to your liking?
You weren't there.
what is it you want from us, Judge?
He's here to offer us a deal. He needs help with something that only men of our ilk can handle. And we help him with his problem, and then he...
Clears your name. That's right.
And just what is it you need us to do?
Well, I have myself a rather difficult situation in Saint Denis. Let's call it a pest problem. You see, myself and a few others want to see the city blossom. And there's an opportunity for anyone in the city willing to work hard, but there are some folks who think that some people shouldn't be allowed to prosper in our great city because, well, they're different from us.
Begging your pardon, Your Honor, but I'm not following.
And I ain't falling for another made-up deal by some crooked lawman just so I can wind up right back here in this here cell.
Fart!
Okay, I'll speak plain. There's a man who despises colored folk, and he and his ilk have managed to scare off a lot of good people just looking to make a life for themselves and their families. Those he couldn't scare off, he had killed. Now, this gentleman is quite clever, and I can't touch him based on circumstantial evidence. And even if I did have hard proof of his crimes, he's rather well thought of in society.
And if you went after them with only rumors and a few coincidental incidents, they'd call it a witch hunt, and your plans for the future of the city would be crushed.
Exactly.
But a couple of fellas of our particular station and disposition could easily make a man like that disappear.
Apologies if you've taken offense.
Now, a man shouldn't take offense when the truth is spoken, even if they don't like it.
Well said.
This certain gentleman we're speaking of isn't alone, but he's the most vocal. My hope is that if he's silenced, the others will soften their disagreement and we'll be allowed to move forward. But if not, well, then I think the whole organization will need to be taken down. And I would be able to lend support occasionally, but, well, you understand.
It's better if we're not seen having a drink together at the local watering hole.
Quite astute.
Well, there's just one problem I can see, and that's that we're behind bars at the moment. And if you believe the scuttlebutt, we're gonna hang tomorrow afternoon.
Well, then it's a good thing I don't listen to idle rumors and conjecture, because the way I see it, the case against you is flimsy at best. There's only the sheriff's word against yours. And it seems he's decided to take an early retirement. All of the witnesses against you have either moved on or they ain't talking. So the way I see it, you boys are innocent in the eyes of the law, which means tomorrow, following the trial, you'll all go free to go your own way.
Clever. I like it.
I hoped you'd mind.
So, we end this campaign of hate and you clear our names. Phil, I don't think it's a bad deal. Any chance you could get our horses back to us? We're rather fond of them.
And my guns.
Your weapons and other personal effects will be returned immediately following your hearing. And as for the horses, I'm not sure I can oblige, seeing as I don't know what happened to them.
That miserable, no-good coward of a sheriff said he sold them.
Well, that might present a problem, but I'll see what I can do.
I'd like to ask for one more small favor, if I may, Your Honor.
What's that?
I want the sheriff.
I will endeavor to learn his location. You do this for me, and I'll see that you get that chance for repayment.
This way, Frank.
He did it! He really found our horses! Hell, I'd have killed the whole town and the folk just for that alone. Look at that, boys! Pale horse! You big, beautiful boy, come here, boy. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'll never let anyone take you again. No one done.
That's disgusting, Fart.
What?
And we're dead. Yeah, I missed you too, boy. You got a plan for this, Phil?
Not as such. but I'm sure I'll think of something by the time we get to Saint Denis.
Maybe I can help with that.
Morning, Your Majesty.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor, for getting our horses and for the supplies.
It was no trouble. I'm leaving tomorrow morning to head back to Saint Denis, but I wanted to speak to you one more time before then. Benjamin Garrett, powerful man, but extremely paranoid. As soon as you start asking around about him, he's gonna know. But I think I know of a way for you to take him down without direct confrontation. He's got a ledger. It's a book. Helps him keep very detailed notes on all the people who work for him and how much they've been paid. If you can get your hands on it and bring it to me, I think it might be enough to take him and his organization apart.
And how do you know this?
You're not the first man I've hired to do this.
We could probably snatch the book easily enough. All we gotta do is find him, observe him for a bit, and learn his habits, and there we go.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
What do we need a plan for? Hell, I say we ride into Saint Denis, play drunk, knock him out, and take it. Starting a bar fight's easy as hell.
If you choose a more violent approach, I can't guarantee that I'd be able to protect you if things go badly.
Well, if Art's plan is direct, it comes with a number of variables that we can't control. I think Frank's right. You'll find him, watch him, learn his habits, find a good time and place to relieve him of that ledger.
If I may make a suggestion, Benjamin Garrett quite enjoys gambling, and he's a frequent guest aboard the Belle of the Bayou.
Ooh, we could stage a robbery and get the ledger that way.
God damn it, Fort!
What?
You can't go announcing your intention to commit a crime in front of a judge, Fart.
Thankfully, I've gone temporarily deaf.
And we appreciate that.
We should get going before Fart says something that you can't ignore.
I hope you understand that it wouldn't be a good idea for us to be seen speaking together once you get to Saint Denis, but if you need me, there are some places that we might be able to speak without being seen. Should we need to, you can, send me a letter at this address. I'll respond with the time and the place that we can meet. Also, don't use your real name.
That'll work fine. If you receive anything from Fergus, that'll be me.
Very good. Now, I must bid you boys farewell.
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully when we meet again, it'll be after we finish the job.
Just be careful. I won't be able to help you this way again, especially not in Saint Denis.
Understood. Come on, boys. Let's get what we need and get out of here. All right, over here. I want to go over the plan one more time. We've done a lot of work to prepare for tonight, and I don't want anything going wrong. You left your guns back at the hotel, right, Fart?
I still think it's a mistake. But yeah, I did like you asked.
These new clothes is itchy, Phil. I mean, they is real itchy.
I know, little brother.
It's driving me crazy, Phil. I mean, it's like I rolled in poison oak.
I know, Frank, but they're necessary. We have to look like we belong here. Now let's go over the plan one more time.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Phil. We've been over it a million times. We know what to do.
Okay, then. Tell me the plan.
Well, go on, Frank. Tell him the plan.
Sure, Fart. Phil's gonna engage Mr. Benjamin Garrett, acting like a wealthy businessman, looking to invest in Garrett's organization. Meanwhile, me and Fart is gonna search Garrett's room for this ledger. Once we get it, we'll meet Phil back in the main room and wait until we dock and we walk out with the ledger. Easy.
You see, Phil? I told you we knew what we was doing.
All right, fine. Just one more thing here. Frank, take off them bandages.
What for?
Because it'll make people uncomfortable and they'll ignore you. Less chance of anyone getting suspicious or curious about what you're doing.
That's a good idea.
And remember for tonight, I'm Fergus, you're Fontaine, and you are Phineas.
Right. We're incontinent.
What?
You know, in disguise.
You mean incognito?
That's what I said.
Enough! Now I'm gonna go on first. Wait here for a minute or two and then get on board. I'll see you when it's all done. Mr. Garrett. Fergus Fletcher.
Ah, Mr. Fletcher. It is a pleasure to meet you in person. May I buy you a drink, sir?
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Whiskey? I'm glad you could make it. I'm anxious to tell you what we've got in store for you when you relocate here to Saint Denis. I also hope you won't take it too personally when I take your money at the table.
I'll try to remember that it's only a friendly game. Besides, I'm feeling rather lucky tonight.
That's the spirit. Please, gentlemen, this is Fergus Fletcher of Fletcher Iron from up north. He's decided to expand his manufacturing and is looking at Saint Denis. Mr. Fletcher, this is William Stratford of Stratford Shipping, James Van Buren of Central Union, and Daniel Tillmore of Sawyer and Tillmore Lending. Gentlemen, Mr. Fletcher will be joining us at our table tonight. Let's have a seat and get this game started.
It's very nice to meet all of you.
Mr. Fletcher, why don't you tell us what it is you're looking to do in Saint Denis so we might better facilitate your expansion? You can also be first dealer.
Be my honor and privilege.
Ow, for fuck's sake, Phineas, will you watch where I'm going?
Who are you talking to?
You fucking idiot. You're Phineas.
Right. Cause we in disguise. Right. It's weird though. It's the only time somebody calls me Phineas is when they're using my whole name. You know, like when Mama used to get mad at me?
Or when Phil does.
Exactly.
Just pay attention, all right? Now let's find... Ow! Phineas!
Sorry. That table just jumped right out of nowhere.
We can't be wasting time screwing around. Now let's get to Mr. Garrett's room.
Alright. Here we go.
Now I'm going inside to find the ledger. You wait out here and you knock if someone comes. You got it?
Got it.
What is it?
Nope. I was only testing you. You should probably be a little quicker though.
I swear to God, Phineas.
Who?
Oh, for the love of God. It ain't in here.
Look harder.
Well, okay. It still ain't in here. I think we need to go find Phil.
You mean Fergus. Here, let me look.
Be my guest.
Hey, Frank. It ain't in here.
You mean Fontaine.
Is that me or Phil?
Maybe you should just look harder.
Yeah, I did. It still ain't in here.
Imagine that.
We should probably go find Fergus. Come on.
God damn it, Fart.
Who?
Well, we've been playing for a bit, gentlemen. I think it's time for a bit of a break.
I think that's a good idea, sir.
Just allow me a moment to make a few notes here in my book, and then I'll be delighted to treat you all to a round.
That sounds fine. If you excuse me, I think I need to visit the water closet. Excuse me. Pardon me, sir.
I'm gonna meet him in the bar.
Pardon me, ma'am.
All right. Yes.
The book's not in his room.
I know that. He's got it on him.
Then why'd you send us to his fucking room, Phil?
He's Fergus.
Who is?
I just found out that he...
Stop. Okay, now let's figure this out.
I got it. You boys remember that time in Tumbleweed when we was trying to nail that land baron? You remember what we did?
Phineas, you're a goddamn genius.
I know.
Fontaine, it's in his left inside pocket.
Got it. Phineas. Phineas.
That's you, moron!
Oh, right. Disguise.
Oh, pardon me, sir. I do apologize.
Oh, forgive me, sir. It is my job to take care of this poor, unfortunate soul, and I'm afraid I let my mind wander some.
Quite all right. It's no harm done.
Thank you, sir, for your understanding.
It's all right. These things do happen from time to time.
A very good evening to you, sir.
And to you.
All right, we got it. Now we just have to sit and not draw attention to ourselves until we dock. Let's just sit and have a drink.
Ooh, I'm gonna have me one of them fancy gentleman drinks. Well, like one of them imported beers, you know, like from Germany. Heard they're right delicious.
So long as we keep a low profile.
Well, gentlemen, shall we continue the game?
Fine idea, sir. I believe it's your deal, Mr. Van Buren.
Bless you, sir. Begging your pardon, sir, but I said, bless you.
Yeah, I heard you.
Fergus.
Phineas.
Don't you have something to say to me?
No.
Fergus.
Phineas.
Sir, I don't mean to allude to your incivility, but I'm curious as to why you didn't properly respond.
Fergus, he's using the big words.
Phineas.
Is there a problem?
No, sir.
Well, I beg to differ on your opinion, sir. There most certainly is a problem.
Phineas, sit down.
Do you know this gentleman, Mr. Fletcher?
Apologize, sir, but...
Now, don't you go apologizing. It's this inconsiderate, ungracious swine who needs to apologize.
What the hell are you talking about?
It is customary in polite society to thank someone who blesses you after a sneeze. Now, I said bless you after you sneeze. So the proper and polite thing to do would be to thank me.
Well, then allow me to say, fuck you.
Fuck me? Fuck you!
Ah! You shot my foot!
Oh, stop whining. It's barely bleeding. I didn't even take one of your toes. You're welcome.
Stop right there!
Boys, we should probably get up out of here. Seeing how I only had the one bullet.
God damn it, Farts!
Get that bastard!
This way! This way, Frank!
Wait for me!
Over the side! You fucking moron! You were supposed to leave your guns back at the hotel!
I did!
What the hell is that?
Oh, hell, this ain't no gun. It's barely a pea shooter. Hell, it hardly did anything. Oh, well, shit. Looks like I got another shot after all.
Can we continue this conversation on land? At least we got the ledger.
Far, I gave you one fucking order, and you couldn't even...
Wait, I thought I was Phineas. Are we not in disguise anymore?
That's it! I'm punching your fucking horse!
Phil, come on now. You leave my horse alone, Phil. Phil, now this ain't funny, you hear? Phil, you get back here. Phil, Fergus, whoever the fuck you are. Phil, pale horse, run! He's coming after you. He's slow in the water, but once he gets on dry land, there ain't no stopping him. You gotta run, boy, run! Save yourself! Back that horse!
The Legend of the Brothers Floater, Episode 10, The Belle of the Bayou. Directed by Travis Box. Written and produced by James Robinson. Story by James Robinson, Travis Box, and Danny Hedham. Characters created by James Robinson, Travis Box, and Danny Hedham. Music by Danny Hedham. Featuring the voice talents of Travis Box, Danny Hedham, James Robinson, Tim Daughtry, Jeff Mitchell, Stephen Fisher, Leon Thurling, and Damian Moore. The Legend of the Brothers Floater is a Not Another Podcast production.